the war now between Israel and Iran, and the fact that Iran is shooting missiles at Israel and it's getting through the Iron Dome and Israel is being hit. Is this escalation something that gives you more despair? Or is this something that gives you hope that something is now going to change also for the Palestinians?
Well, I mean, it was foreseen, obviously. Israel is in an empire building mode, if you want. And so it was foreseen that they will attack Iran. I predicted it. And that the US, of course, is directly tied with Israel in attacking Iran, despite that they claim they're not involved at this stage. No, they are involved. They're refueling Israeli airplanes. And Israeli airplanes are using American and other bases in the Arab world, so to speak, Arab world, that are subservient to American-Israeli hegemony, like Jordan, Qatar, and other places. And so they are involved. They are also supplying the weapons and the money for Israel to be doing this. And they know about it, and they actually planned it together. They met and planned it together. Your question is about the implications of this and ramifications of this. Well, first of all, it's not just the Iron Dome that these missiles are passing through. There are 4 layers of, including David Sling, THAAD missiles that are operated, by the way, by U.S. personnel here in Palestine. There are U.S. personnel operating missile defense systems for the State of Israel. So the American military is, as they say, have boots on the ground here in Palestine, as they call it. Israel is not Israel, but it is Palestine. So they are directly involved. There's layers of defenses. Obviously, Iran was able to figure out a way around these layers of defenses, and they had time to prepare and develop technologies to bypass these systems, and they did manage to hit the oil refinery in Haifa. They managed to hit the Mossad headquarters. They managed to hit the Ministry of Defense, the so-called Israeli Ministry of Defense. So clearly, this was something either Israelis foolishly didn't anticipate, or they anticipated and thought that this is still okay because it makes sure that the Israeli public understands, quote unquote, that there's a military threat that's credible from Iran. And so to rally Israeli public support and American, of course, support so that it enters into the war more openly than clandestinely as they have been. What does that mean for us, for Palestinians? Well, I mean, if you make a poll among Palestinians, this hasn't happened, but I'm sure if you make a poll just from speaking to many people, the vast majority say anybody and anything that resists the Zionist hegemony and Zionist genocide and Zionist ethnic cleansing of Palestinians, anything and anybody that resists that, we don't care who they are, what their ideology is. Anybody that resists that is considered something that we support as Palestinians. This is what you would expect logically Palestinians to do. And by conversely, any group like Egyptian government denying even non-violent people from coming to the border to protest at the border, and they promised them and they agreed they will not storm the border or anything, peaceful demonstrations, including the grandson of Nelson Mandela, peaceful people, they deny them. Anybody who stands with Israel, as Egypt is doing, or as Jordan is doing, or as Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates leaders are doing, not the people, by the way. Of course, anybody who stands with Israel against the Palestinians and against genocide is hated and loathed, and we think, we the Palestinians think it's disgusting that you stand with somebody who was violating international law and who's killing innocent civilians. So obviously it's the same thing. It's logical that you would expect such public opinion among Palestinians, whether it's in support of, for example, what the Houthis are doing to try and intercept shipping to Israel that's supporting the genocide, or the Lebanese resistance, or the Iranians, or anybody else. And conversely, as I said, the opposite of this, the groups and the people, the individuals, the governments, be it the British government or the German government that we mentioned earlier, and what the German chancellor said, that basically support genocide. The people here feel strongly that these people are acting against us, against humanity, against everything decent, and standing with genocide.
Yes, it is utterly what one would expect. Last thing, in your emails, you write very good emails and chronicles of this genocide. And in the last sentence of the last email, you write that stay humane and keep hope alive. We shall overcome this someday. Can you just say something about your hope, the hope you have?
Well, for us, obviously people subjected to a genocide and ethnic cleansing, despair is not something we can succumb to, because if we do that, we might as well commit suicide. So, we don't have the luxury of despair, so to speak. We have to have hope, because it's existential for us. Without hope, you don't have anything. Without thinking there's a light at the end of this very, 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 very dark tunnel, you don't have much to live for. So you really must have hope, must keep hope. By the way, as a scientist, that doesn't mean that I'm 100% sure that we will succeed. When I say keep hope alive, that is not necessarily what we mean. It's like, as I said, Native Americans, for example, who were butchered, they were genocided to create what's called the United States of America. The remnants of them still keep hope alive, even today. So we are actually in much better shape than the Native Americans. But even they, the remainder of them, which is 1 or 2% of the population, they keep hope alive. Why? Because that's who they are. They are the people of the land. It's indigenous territory, regardless of the hegemony and the power structures that made sure to try and obliterate us, obliterate them. They're still the people of the land. We are still the people of the land. I'm speaking to you from Bethlehem. And if I die here, I die here. If they bomb me here and I die, I die. If they don't bomb me, I will continue to speak like I'm doing now. This is the reality of what people need to be doing.